Brothers and sisters, friends, dreamers and believers, today I stand before you not to speak of noise, but to speak of silence. Not the silence of defeat, not the silence of surrender, but the silence of power. The silence that builds empires. The silence that forges legends. The silence that transforms ordinary souls into extraordinary forces. Listen closely to what I'm about to share with you, because these words might just change the trajectory of your entire life. The world celebrates noise. The world celebrates those who shout the loudest, post the most, brag the hardest. But let me tell you something that the truly successful people know, something that the greatest minds throughout history have understood. Real power doesn't announce itself. Real strength doesn't need validation. Real success works in silence and lets its results speak. Today, right now, in this very moment, you might be going through something. You might be struggling. You might be working on a dream that nobody believes in. You might be grinding in obscurity while others around you seem to be thriving, celebrated, recognized. And it hurts, doesn't it? It hurts when you're putting in the work and nobody sees it. It hurts when you're making sacrifices and nobody acknowledges them. It hurts when you're building something and people question why you're so quiet, why you're not posting about it, why you're not seeking their approval. But that's silence. That's your superpower. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine a seed buried deep in the soil. Nobody sees it. Nobody celebrates it. Nobody even knows it exists. It's in complete darkness, complete silence. But what's happening beneath the surface? That seed is breaking open. It's developing roots. It's drawing nutrients from the earth. It's preparing for something magnificent. And then one day, without warning, without announcement, it breaks through the surface as a mighty tree. The silence was never weakness. The silence was preparation. That's you right now. You're that seed. And the silence you're experiencing today, it's not punishment. It's preparation. Think about the most powerful forces in nature. Think about the ocean. Before a tsunami, the ocean becomes eerily silent. It pulls back. It gathers itself. And then it unleashes its power with devastating force. Think about the lion in the jungle. The lion doesn't announce its presence constantly. It moves in silence, observes in silence, plans in silence, and when the moment is right, it strikes with precision and power. Your silence is your strategy. While others are busy talking about what they're going to do, you're actually doing it. While others are seeking validation for their plans, you're executing yours. While others are distracted by comments, likes, and opinions, you're focused on progress, growth, and results. I know what some of you are thinking right now. You're thinking, but I need support. I need encouragement. I need people to believe in me. And yes, support is beautiful. Encouragement is wonderful. But here's the brutal truth that you need to hear. If your dream requires constant external validation to survive, it's already dead. The dreams that change the world are the dreams that are so powerful, so consuming, so undeniable that they survive in silence. They survive in doubt. They survive in darkness. They don't just survive. They thrive because the person carrying that dream doesn't need the world to believe. They believe enough for the entire world. Let me tell you about every successful person you admire. Every single one. Before they became successful, before they became celebrated, before they became recognized, there was a period of silence. A period where they worked without applause. A period where they built without an audience. A period where they failed without witnesses. And that period of silence, that's what made them who they are. The silence taught them resilience. When you work in silence, when you build in silence, when you grow in silence, you develop an internal strength that can never be shaken by external circumstances. You become unbreakable because your foundation wasn't built on other people's opinions. It was built on your own conviction. The silence taught them focus. When you're not constantly explaining yourself, defending yourself, justifying yourself to others, you have all that energy available for the work itself. You're not diluted, you're not distracted, you're concentrated, focused, aimed like a laser at your target. The silence taught them humility. When success finally comes, and it will come, they remember the silence. They remember the struggle. They remember the nights when nobody was watching. And that memory keeps them grounded, keeps them hungry, keeps them human. Right now, somebody watching this, listening to this, reading this, you're in your silent season. Maybe you're building a business and you haven't made your first sale yet. Maybe you're working on your health and you haven't seen the results yet. Maybe you're developing a skill and you're still in the awkward beginner phase. Maybe you're healing from something, and people don't understand why you've withdrawn. Don't break your silence prematurely. Don't feel pressured to announce what's not ready. Don't feel obligated to explain what's still forming. Don't feel guilty for protecting your peace, your process, your vision. There's a concept in physics called potential energy. It's the energy stored in an object because of its position or state. A boulder at the top of a hill has massive potential energy. It's not moving, it's silent, but the potential for impact is enormous. You are that boulder. Your silence isn't emptiness. It's potential energy building up, storing up, preparing for the moment of release. But let me be clear about something crucial. Silence doesn't mean inaction. Silence doesn't mean sitting around waiting for magic to happen. Silence doesn't mean giving up or checking out. No, the silence I'm talking about is active silence, strategic silence, productive silence, work in silence. Wake up before the world wakes up. Put in the hours when nobody's watching. Make the calls that nobody knows about. Take the courses that aren't on your social media. Read the books that won't get you likes. Have the difficult conversations that won't trend. Make the investments that nobody will celebrate until they pay off. Take the risks that people will only understand in hindsight. Fail in silence, because you will fail multiple times, and that's okay. That's necessary. That's part of the process. But you don't need to broadcast every setback, every disappointment, every closed door. Let your failures teach you in private. Let them strengthen you where nobody sees. Let them refine your approach without becoming entertainment for those who wouldn't understand anyway. Learn in silence. Become a student again. Become humble enough to acknowledge what you don't know. Absorb information like a sponge. Study the people who have achieved what you want to achieve. Understand the principles, the patterns, the pitfalls. Build your knowledge base in private, so when you speak with authority. When you move with wisdom. Heal in silence. If you're carrying wounds, if you're processing pain, if you're working through trauma, you don't owe anyone a public display of your healing journey. Heal in your own time, in your own way. Protect that process, guard it fiercely, because healing isn't a performance. It's a personal transformation that deserves sacred space. Now, some of you might be thinking, this sounds like isolation. This sounds lonely. And yes, there will be moments of loneliness. But understand this, loneliness is the price you pay for growth. Every person who has elevated to a higher level of existence had to endure seasons of loneliness. Because growth happens at the edge of your comfort zone, and at the edge of your comfort zone, there aren't many people. Most people stay comfortable, most people stay in the crowd, most people stay where it's familiar and safe. But you're not most people. If you were, you wouldn't be here right now, absorbing these words, feeling this fire ignite within you. You're different, you're built different, you're called to something greater, And here's what happens when you embrace the silence. First, you discover your authentic self. When you remove the noise of other people's opinions, expectations, and judgments, you finally hear your own voice. You finally understand what you truly want, not what you think you should want. You finally see who you really are, not who people expect you to be. And that self-discovery is priceless. It's the foundation of everything else. Second, you develop unshakable confidence. Not the fake confidence that comes from external validation. Not the fragile confidence that crumbles when criticized. But deep, internal, unshakable confidence that comes from knowing you've put in the work. You've faced the challenges. You've overcome the obstacles. Nobody gave it to you. Nobody handed it to you. You earned it. You built it. You own it. Third, you cultivate patience. In a world of instant gratification, patience is a competitive advantage. While everyone else is chasing quick wins and overnight success, you're playing the long game. You understand that anything worth having takes time. You're willing to plant seeds today that won't bear fruit for years. And that patience, that long-term thinking, that's what separates the successful from the mediocre. Fourth, you attract the right people. When you're working in silence, building in silence, growing in silence, you naturally repel those who are only interested in surface-level connections. You repel the energy vampires, the dream killers, the doubters, the critics, and you attract those who recognize real work when they see it. You attract those who respect the grind. You attract those who understand the vision, quality over quantity. Always let me share something profound with you. The people who make the most noise are usually the most insecure. They need constant validation because they don't believe in themselves. They need constant attention because they're afraid of being forgotten. They need constant applause because they're terrified of silence. Don't be that person. Be secure enough in your vision that you don't need the world to co-sign it. Be confident enough in your path that you don't need everyone to understand it. Be strong enough in your conviction that you can walk alone if necessary. Think about this. A tiger doesn't lose sleep over the opinion of sheep. An eagle doesn't explain its flight to chickens. A diamond doesn't convince rocks of its value. Your worth, your potential, your destiny. These things are not up for debate. They're not determined by popular vote. They're not validated by social media engagement. They exist independent of recognition. Your job is not to convince others. Your job is to become undeniable. And here's the beautiful thing about silence. It creates mystery. It creates intrigue. It creates anticipation. When you finally do emerge, when you finally do reveal what you've been building, the impact is exponentially greater. People are shocked. People are amazed. People wonder, where did this come from? How did they do that? And you'll smile, knowing that while they were watching, you were working. While they were talking, you were building. While they were seeking attention, you were seeking excellence. But I want to warn you about something. There will be people in your life who are uncomfortable with your silence. They'll question it. They'll challenge it. They'll try to pull you out of it. Why are you so quiet? Why don't you post anymore? Why are you so distant? Why are you so focused? These questions come from a place of misunderstanding. They come from people who measure life in likes, in comments, in immediate visible results. Don't let their discomfort become your distraction. Stay silent, stay focused, stay committed. There's a Japanese concept called Kaizen, continuous improvement. Small, consistent steps forward, nothing dramatic, nothing flashy, just daily, disciplined, dedicated effort. That's what your silence should contain, not stagnation, not procrastination, but continuous improvement. Every day, a little better than yesterday. Every week, a little stronger than last week. Every month, a little closer to your goal. And here's what I want you to understand about time. Time is your ally when you're working in silence. Every day that passes while you're putting in the work is a day of compound interest. The effort compounds. The skills compound. The knowledge compounds. The growth compounds. And one day, seemingly out of nowhere, you'll experience a breakthrough that looks like overnight success, but was actually years in the making. People love overnight success stories, but you know what they don't love? The 10-year overnight success story. The truth behind most overnight successes is a decade of silent grinding, a decade of rejection, a decade of learning, a decade of failing, a decade of improving. The overnight part is just when the world finally noticed what was building all along. So embrace your silent season, embrace it fully, don't rush through it, don't resent it, don't waste it. This is your foundation, building time. This is your character, developing time. This is your skill, sharpening time. This is your vision, clarifying time. Every single moment of this silence is preparing you for the loudness of your success. Because make no mistake, success is loud, success is visible, success demands attention. But if you arrive at success without having been refined by silence, you won't be ready for it. You'll be overwhelmed by it, you'll be destroyed by it. History is full of people who got famous, got successful, got wealthy before they developed the character to handle it. And they imploded, they self-destructed, they became cautionary tales. Don't be a cautionary tale, be a testimony. Be a blueprint, be proof that silence isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Be proof that patience isn't passive, it's powerful. Be proof that the quiet ones are often the most dangerous to mediocrity, dangerous to the status quo, dangerous to anyone who bet against them. Let me speak directly to different people right now, to the entrepreneur in silence. Keep building. Keep testing, keep iterating. The business that nobody knows about today will be the business everyone wants to know about tomorrow. Stay focused on value creation, not validation seeking. To the artist in silence, keep creating, keep practicing, keep developing your craft. The masterpiece you're working on in obscurity will speak louder than any promotion campaign. Stay true to your vision, not the trends. To the student in silence, keep learning, keep studying, keep absorbing. The knowledge you're accumulating in private will become the expertise you're celebrated for in public. Stay curious, stay hungry. To the person healing in silence, keep processing, keep growing, keep transforming. The person you're becoming through this pain will be stronger, wiser, and more compassionate than you ever imagined. Stay gentle with yourself. Stay committed to your healing. To the dreamer in silence, keep visualizing. Keep planning, keep believing. The vision that seems impossible to everyone else is already real in your mind, and soon it'll be real in the world. Stay connected to that vision. Stay faithful to it. Your silence is not your weakness. Your silence is your workshop. It's where you're forging the weapon that will cut through every obstacle. It's where you're building the foundation that will support the empire. It's where you're developing the mindset that will sustain the success. And when your time comes, and it will come, you won't need to announce it. Your results will announce it. Your transformation will announce it. Your success will announce it. People will see the difference. They'll feel the shift. They'll witness the emergence, and they'll wonder how you did it. And you can choose to tell them about the silence, or you can just smile and keep moving forward. Because here's the ultimate truth. The silence of today is literally becoming your strength for tomorrow. Every moment you spend working instead of talking, building instead of broadcasting, learning instead of pretending, that's strength accumulating. That's power building, that's success preparing to burst forth. So I'll leave you with this final thought: embrace your silence. Protect it, utilize it, maximize it, let it teach you, let it strengthen you, let it prepare you, because when you emerge from this silence, you won't just be successful, you'll be unstoppable. The world is waiting for what you're building in silence. Your future self is waiting for what you're creating in silence. Your destiny is waiting for what you're becoming in silence. Today's silence is tomorrow's strength. Believe it, leave it, become it. Now go, work in silence, build in silence, grow in silence, and let your success make all the noise you never did. The time is now. The power is yours. The silence is your strategy. Thank you.